On any given night, there's 286 homeless individuals sleeping outdoors, unsheltered. We have 2 shelters in Laguna Beach. Our emergency shelter in the canyon turns people away every single night. Our residential shelter on PCH in Laguna has a wait list. If there's an individual who is in dire need of a shelter, there is nowhere for them to go except to be put on a list.
How could we be better? What could we do better? And the way that's come across in the last couple of years has been that we've stopped focusing our work on asking the client to change. And instead, we've asked, how can we change? These clients, at the bottom line, all need to be housed. The answer to homelessness is housing. And today, we have more people in housing than we have in shelter every night. So every night at Friendship Shelter, 75 people are in our 2 shelter programs. But today, 85 and growing people are in housing. And we're very proud of that. We want to see that last number multiply so that we can put more and more people into their permanent homes.
Homelessness is really a complex issue and a societal issue, and we're working really hard on bringing a lot of groups together to solve this. And we're working specifically with local and federal government. We're working with a lot of other nonprofit agencies. We're working with the faith-based communities. We're working with the hospitals, working with police departments, as well as individuals in our community, and working together to maximize our resources. And when we're able to do that in a systematic approach, we can end homelessness, and we're seeing proof of that every day.
One way that I feel like Friendship Shelter is quite unique is that in my role is having a psychiatric nurse practitioner or psychiatrist on site working hand in hand with other team members is huge, and I've seen so many clients grow. I take the fear out of healthcare. It might be for weeks or months. I'm just getting to know who they are and learning basics, and we're not doing anything scary or intrusive, and then we're doing a little bit more, and then we're talking about preventative health stuff, and then we're getting them excited and empowering them to take care of their own health, and then they're finally open to maybe addressing some mental health challenges that they were never open to addressing before, and then they're getting stabilized, and now they're looking for jobs, and they couldn't do that before because their mental health issues were out of control. For me, that's incredibly rewarding.
Annalisa is celebrating 10 years this year with Friendship Shelter, so she was there when I came, and in many ways her approach and her response to the people that we help just for me personifies Friendship Shelter, the love and respect that she shows for the people that we serve.
I think there's several reasons why Annalisa has meant so much to the Friendship Shelter. For me personally, I've worked with her for 9 years, and I feel just so fortunate to be able to learn from her every single day. I mean, truly, she's just a beautiful person. I feel like her greatest attribute is the way she loves people. And it's, you watch it every single day with how she works and interacts with the residents, with her colleagues, with volunteers. The other 2 things that I see clearly that Annalisa brings is her unhurried, unanxious presence, that whoever's sitting in front of her knows that they have her full attention and that she will solve whatever problem is in front of her. And then the other thing is that, we all work with people in homelessness, and people have big hearts and they really care. But Annalisa matches that heart with incredible knowledge and skill.
I'm motivated by love. So I believe that all people are deserving of love, and that we have a responsibility to love each other. And so I think when you face really hard situations and you face behaviors and circumstances that are really difficult, I always look for those moments that connect us as humans. And I'm continually sort of surprised and humbled when I work with people, because you see such genuine human qualities, you know, whether you connect over humor or shared suffering or shared hope. You know, it's those small daily interactions that you have with people that sort of keep you going. I think we all have times in our life when we need other people, when we need help. And I personally have had many challenges in my life that have made me dependent on other people. And it's a challenging thing to navigate, receiving help and also preserving your own sense of self-worth, especially when you're in a dependent situation. And so I think I can relate to that idea when working with clients, and that I work hard to try to promote and encourage a person's right to self-determination, their personal choice, their strengths, to empower them to be their own advocate and to direct their own life, while still providing a foundation and a supportive environment, whether that's through listening or giving people options or just being there with them through a difficult time, because it's all temporary. You know, we're all moving on to other things, and challenges come and go, but having that support from people is what carries us through.
I had met Randy Redwoods and I knew about Caritas, but when I met him the first time to have the conversation about getting involved with our work, what came across right away is, you know, Caritas is caring and love and human kindness. And that comes through and in who he is and who everyone that I've met associated with Caritas, who they are as well. They, like Friendship Shelter, are built on that respect and love for the people in front of them and the people they're trying to help. And I think that's what's made it such a wonderful partnership.
Homelessness in general is such a vast, almost bottomless expanse of activity and need. And so I struggled for a bit as to where could we direct our attention and make an impact. And fortunately, through my sister's involvement with Friendship Shelter, and I grew up in Laguna Beach and have been aware of Friendship Shelter over the years, but not engaged. It just seemed like a natural place to extend our ability to do something. Initially thinking that we would just write a check and make a contribution and everything would be good. And it turned into something much, much, much bigger and much more impactful.
My life has really changed dramatically since I got into this program. Medically, I feel great, you know? I mean, I don't have to sleep on the floor anymore. I don't find myself sleeping in bushes anymore. You know, I mean, to have somewhere to sleep, somewhere to eat, it's always calm here. And that my heart needs.
I have more community here. I talk to people on a, regularly, like on a daily basis, like hanging out, and we go get sodas together or, go to Starbucks. We help each other out. Basically, we go to the market together and sit down and talk for hours and laugh. I stay warm and I don't worry about a bath and staying clean. I cook the food that I like.
I'll tell you, the thing that makes me happiest when we first got out of homelessness and having this was just waking up without worrying about people all night, passing your van when you live in the van, and just having a cup of coffee and making a cup of coffee. It felt like home, something simple like that. And that never gets old too. Every time I have coffee in the morning, I think of this is really our place. And it's small stuff like that, sleeping in a bed without worrying about being subjected to crime.
My hope for the future is that we end homelessness in Southern Orange County by providing the kind of housing solutions that make sense for all of the people here that are homeless. For some people, that's a little bit of help to get into an apartment and they're on their way. For other people, it's a longer term but still time-limited amount of assistance. And for the most vulnerable people on our streets, it's permanent housing that includes supportive services to help people stay housed. My hope is that we'll have all of those housing options available in Southern Orange County so that no one has to be on our streets. And I believe that's within reach. I believe it's within reach in a really relatively short amount of time. All we need is the available housing and the will to do it.